Lavita Baby, and this is the first video that I'm making. These videos are mostly going to be about whatever, you know, pertains to me or mommy life. So today I'm doing the 50 random facts about me tag, and it was really hard thinking of facts, but even harder to draw out the numbers, but you'll see in a second, so let's get to it. My biological name is Kumiko Ann Takahashi. I am not a morning person whatsoever. I hate waking up in the morning. I have to drag myself out of bed. I didn't learn to drive until I was 20 years old. Like, I didn't have my permit or my license at all until I was almost 21 years old. One of the biggest things that I believe is that people really do change. Like, if you would have known me 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was not the person I am today. I was totally irresponsible and crazy, and it's just bad news. I am so terrified of big, huge things underwater, like whales, the huge giant squid, anything. Favorite color, I can never ever tell what it is. It's like lavender or lilac, that light purple, almost pastelish. I'm half Japanese and half white. My biological dad is Japanese. My biological mom is just all sorts of white. I don't really know what she's mixed with. And there's actually a song that's called Half Japanese, Half White, and I have it on my MySpace, but I can't find it anywhere else. I have this really big problem with liking things on Facebook. Like, if it's negative, then I don't like it. For the most part, if it's positive or something like that, I'm always liking. Like.
I just want people to know that their voices are being heard.
My first ever concert was Hollywood and Dead, and I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was in Myrtle Beach, and it was amazing. They sound so great in person. Loved it. The second biggest fear that I have is I have the fear of unknown things. At 16 years old, I was adopted by my biological father's sister. The last concert that I went to was Dayglow, and it's the world's largest paint party. And this one was in Denver. It was the third one that I went to, and it wasn't as good as I remember it to be, but maybe it's just because things change. I was born on August 13th, and I am a Leo. The lion. I am super impulsive, almost to a fault. My favorite smell is lavender.
Sweet pea.
Citrus. But I also like the smell of
Chicken when it's cooking.
my favorite smell. Gucci! I'm just jasmine. Wait, is jasmine a smell? Hold on, I'll be right back. My favorite smell is whatever this is. It smells so good. When I was younger, I had a huge mark on my nose. Right here. It went all the way across, and it was so red. And the reason why is because every single, I don't even know. I did it so many times, I can't even tell you. But I was always doing this, like pushing my glasses up. My favorite quote is, "This too shall pass." And if you ever know the story about this too shall pass, it's pretty freaking neat.
It's about a king that wanted something to remind him in good times that they don't always last, and in bad times to let him know that it won't last forever. And that was a ring that had the inscription, "This too shall pass."
Funniest video on YouTube is the Starburst commercial. You know, with the berries and cream dude, and he's like,
Berries and cream, berries and cream.
I love the one where he goes to kick the guy, because I think it is so hilarious. Like, I laugh every single time. Like this. My first ever memory, I was like 5, 7. Well, my 2 front teeth, these pearly white things, They were so rotten from I don't even know what, that they were brown. And so my grandma told me the
day before pictures.
She told me that I needed to come because she wanted to tell me a secret. She turned me around, held me down, grabbed my 2 front teeth, and
Yank them out.
so for picture day, I had no 2 front teeth.
third and final biggest fear is the fear of dying. When I was 21 years old, guess where I went?
Vegas.
And it was very extreme. I remember waking up the next day on some stairs, and I think it was a Bellagio, and that was the end of the story. I don't remember much about that night, except that I had a huge Cosmopolitan left bag.
I've never seen Star Wars. I'm just gonna let that sit for a second.
I am 5'5".
I'm not that tall, guys. Power to not only teleport, but to teleport with whoever I want to. Just boom, shoom, boom, boom, boom. I love Olive Garden, and I actually order the same thing every single time. Pizza.
That is not what I order.
I order spaghetti with meat sauce. It is so delicious. And a bottle of their exclusive wine because I love it. Speaking of wine, isn't it delicious?
Yes, it is.
I've never been in a fight. The first ever 5K that I ran was with Christopher, and I was actually like
1.5 months postpartum.
so pretty much champed it. My favorite video game would have to be Zelda Ocarina of Time, but Wind Waker is honestly getting in a
Close second.
because it's a really, really good game. I don't have a favorite song. One of my biggest pet peeves, because there's one other one that really gets me going, is when people do this to my nail. Like, I don't get my nails done because I don't like it when they push my cuticles back. I was born the year of the dragon, 1988. Woot! I used to have 8 tattoos, but I got this one very recently, and it covers up 2 of the tattoos I used to have. I love to read
Mostly romance and fantasy.
because they are so amazing. My favorite movie is Hercules, like the cartoon Hercules. The first ever crash I was ever in also resulted in the first ever broken bone that I had.
Okay, so I was coming home from one of the Dayglow concerts, and a deer was in the road. And so my friends
Swerved out of the way
and we went through the trees, and the car rolled over.
twice.
I was actually ejected on the first roll, and I don't even remember. Like, I just remember waking up, and I couldn't feel my body. I had literally thought that I was going to be paralyzed for the rest of my life.
But thankfully I wasn't, and I have a visual broken clavicle, and I also have a punctured lung and several hairline fractures down my spine. When I was 16 years old, I went to a type of military school.
Called Youth Challenge Academy, and there's one in every state, but I went to the one in Hawaii because that's where I'm from. And at first, I cried every single day. I was so distraught because it was like completely different from what I was used to, and it was just crazy. But after a couple of months, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
My New Year's tradition every year is that I unblock everybody that I've ever blocked because I don't feel like you should bring the problems from the past year into the present year. So I hate licorice so much that I will actually like go out of my way to throw it away. It has to be like the original nasty tasting licorice. That stuff I don't want it in my house.
Don't want it in my house.
My first ever relationship was when I was in the Army. I was 17 or 18 years old, and since we were in the Army, nothing really happened. Like, I think we kissed and that's about it. I love word searches. You know those things where you have to search for the word inside and you're like, ooh.
Where are you?
I love those. I have like 3 different apps on my phone just for that. I am team iPhone even though I have an Android. I have never in my life ever smoked a cigarette. Never have and
Never will.
most favorite place that I have ever lived would have to be Florida. And I didn't live there for very long, but I absolutely loved being there. In 2008, I got $32,000 from Social Security, and my first purchase was a
brand new Mitsubishi Eclipse.
And
I bought it completely outright.
4 or 5 years ago, I had a molar pregnancy, which is so rare that it's almost unheard of. Like,
You probably have a friend that has a cousin that has a brother who knows somebody that knows somebody else with a molar pregnancy.
It's not fun.
when I was in high school, I was in a commercial. I have never gone fishing, ever! I am a video and picture-aholic. There will never be a time that you do not know what's happening in my life because I just always love sharing
Everything
that's going on with our lives because growing up, I didn't really have any pictures, so it's always nice to have them just to kind of look back on. One of these facts is a lie.